Imagine finishing the movie where it all began. That's Aaron Rodgers' plan. Whenever the final whistle blows, he wants to sign off as a Packer. Short sentence. Big feeling. Rodgers didn't wander into this sentiment because of nostalgia alone. He told reporters exactly why. 18 years in Green Bay, a Hall of Fame resume built there, a Super Bowl, 4 MVPs, memories and relationships that shaped his life. He didn't say it bitterly. He said it like a man closing a chapter with gratitude. They made me a ton of money, he shrugged. I grew up there. I have nothing but love for the organization. You can hear the weight of that, the wins, the rivalries, the winters at Lambeau, and how those ties don't simply evaporate because a contract ends. Let's be real. Rodgers' journey after Green Bay's split was messy. A Jets detour and now this one-year Pittsburgh fling. He's 41. He's played in other uniforms. He's admitted this season might be his last. But athletes have been doing this forever. Finish the daily grind somewhere else, then come home for the final bow. It's ceremonial, yes, but it's also human. Fans want closure. Players want a finish line that matches the distance they ran. Why does it matter? Because legacy is partly tape and partly ritual. Rodgers' best throws, biggest nights, and loudest moments belong to one place. Stat lines get boxed in record books, but a jersey retirement and a Hall of Fame night at Lambeau are how communities remember a player. And when Rodgers talks about Lambeau's hallowed ground, he's not luxating a memory. He's naming the stage where his life changed. He's saying he wants the ending of his story to be in the building that framed the first act. Also, this is not revenge theater. Rodgers made that point. He's not out to settle scores. He's realistic. He says he has a lot of love for the Packers and nothing to revenge. That line matters because it reframes what could be framed as petulance into something quieter, gratitude. That will soften the reception for many fans who still felt burned by the split. It won't erase criticisms, but it does give Rodgers the moral high ground when he shows up to say goodbye. There are practical wrinkles. Would Rodgers actually suit up for Green Bay again? Likely not. This is usually ceremonial. A retirement announcement, a return to town for a jersey retirement, Hall of Fame induction as a Packer. Those moments are logistics and optics, not a mid-career transfer. Also, Rodgers' future choices depend on one variable he keeps reminding us of, his own body and desire. He's hinted retirement might be near. If he changes his mind, so be it. If he doesn't, the Packers' window is ready. Then there's the cultural piece. NFL fandom runs on narratives. Betrayal, redemption, homecoming. Rodgers choosing to retire a Packer belongs in the latter category. It's tidy in a messy sport, a complicated relationship healed by a simple act. For younger fans who only saw Rodgers' late career controversies, the gesture offers a reconciliation. For older fans who lived through his prime, it's the closing of a circle they already feel they own. Here's the human image worth holding. Rodgers walking back into Lambeau one last time, not to reclaim a throne, but to acknowledge a lifetime. He doesn't need to apologize. He doesn't need to justify. He just wants to leave where he started, with the people and the place that made him. That's not theatrical. It's honest. Sooner or later, the lights will go out on Rodgers' playing career. The smart bet is that when they do, Aaron Rodgers will look to Green Bay not as an exile, but as home. And he'll retire as a Packer with a locker room nod, a framed jersey, and a city that remembers the magic. It's a tidy ending in a sport that rarely supplies one. And for a guy who's given fans so many unforgettable Sunday nights, it's exactly the kind of ending that makes sense.